Koba may be captured, but the man who gave Koba his orders has finally stepped out of the shadows. The streets are quiet after midnight, emptied by cold wind and dim lights. Ryo walks slowly through the neighborhood where Koba was arrested. Police tape still flutters on the ground. Ryo stops where Koba last spoke, replaying the man's trembling voice. "I wasn't acting alone. Someone bigger is coming." Ryo doesn't want to believe it, but everything inside him knows it's true. Mizuki calls him with urgency in her voice. She sounds controlled, but Ryo hears the fear underneath. She tells him someone has been watching her building for hours, never approaching, just waiting. She couldn't see the face, only the silhouette. They meet in an empty parking lot. The night air is sharp and cold. Mizuki holds out a small black card. Its surface is glossy, untouched, but a single white symbol is painted at the center, the same symbol branded onto Koba's wrist. Ryo's chest tightens. The card isn't a message, it's a warning. Ryo explains that he saw this mark once in Takeru's notes. Back when Takeru tried to leave the underworld, he ignored it then, thinking it was just another gang symbol. Now he realizes Takeru knew more than he ever said. Following a tip Nitsuki received anonymously, they travel to an abandoned warehouse district. Half the buildings have collapsed roofs. The others look like hollow bones. Ryo senses they're being watched, the kind of tension that sits behind your neck but refuses to show a face. Inside one warehouse, a single lantern flickers. A man crouches behind a stack of old crates, clutching a torn jacket. When he sees Ryo and Mizuki, he nearly collapses from panic. "You shouldn't be here! If they followed me, you're already dead!" He explains he once worked under the same network that Koba served, a hidden branch of the criminal world, a place where hierarchy means nothing except survival. Anyone who disobeys an order goes missing. He hesitates before speaking Takeru's name. He says Takeru tried to stop them from moving something through the city, something important enough to kill for. Takeru didn't know who he was fighting against, just that he had crossed a line no one is allowed to cross. Ryo steps closer, voice firm but controlled. He asks who arranged Takeru's death. The man's lips tremble. After a long silence, he whispers the name like a curse. Kuro. He says Kuro doesn't appear in records, photos, or rumors. People speak of him only when they're ready to die. He explains that Kuro controlled Koba like a puppet, that every operation, every message, every hit comes from him. If Koba followed orders blindly, it's because no one survives long enough to question Kuro's decisions. The warehouse lights flicker twice. The man flinches violently, eyes darting to the door. "He found me! He always finds anyone who talks!" Ryo and Mizuki exchange a tense glance. This confirmation means Kuro has been observing them longer than they realized. A soft, metallic clang echoes outside the warehouse. Slow, deliberate. Someone is walking towards them. Ryo moves Mizuki behind a steel beam. The man starts shaking uncontrollably. He begs them to leave him behind, insisting they're not ready to face whoever is outside. The front door cracks inward. A masked figure steps inside, dressed in black, calm and precise. The lantern's glow reflects off a silenced pistol. The shooter fires instantly. Metal walls spark as bullets slice through. Ryo pulls Mizuki down, dragging her behind cover as crates explode into splinters. The witness runs for the back exit. The shooter barely turns. One perfect shot echoes through the warehouse. The man falls forward, landing at Ryo's feet. His hand grips Ryo's sleeve, staining it red. With his final breath, he forces out the only thing he has left to give. "Kuro, he's coming for both of you." Ryo stands still, staring at the body of the last man who knew the truth. The shooter is already gone, disappeared into the night like he was never there. Mitsuki steps beside Ryo, shaken but steady. They both understand the same thing. Capturing Koba didn't solve anything. It only opened the door to someone far more dangerous. And now, Kuro knows their names.
Like and subscribe.